Yeah, right? Am I audible, Afia?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. So, yes, Afia, how are you? How was your class 11?
Um, Pretty good, I guess.
It was good. Result and all, everything was fine.
Yeah, I got 70%, not that good, but yeah.
Okay. And how are you with physics? How do you find physics?
Physics a bit interesting for me, but when it comes to numerical part, I get stuck a lot, so I
Oh,
need class.
all right. And how are your basics with physics? Means your vectors, your calculus part. Is that okay?
Yeah, vectors and all I know. I studied in 11th.
And
So
differentiation and integration?
differentiation I know pretty well, but integration I stuck sometimes.
Okay. So, what I'll do today, after half an hour we'll have the class. After half an hour, I'll take a small test. So that will help me analyze how much you already remember. If you have forgotten some things from the basics of 11, we just have one or two additional classes, extra classes that can just make you come up with the pace back. And if you already remember everything, and then that's great, we'll continue with the classes. Okay. After
Yeah.
one or two things more, I want to ask, how's your syllabus in the school going? What all things have been completed?
We are still in first chapter in physics, so I guess Gauss law. We are about to start that topic.
Oh, okay, so Gauss theorem you have to start. And
Yeah.
when any UT unit tests upcoming, anything?
Not soon though, but like next month, yeah, we are about to have
I
periodic
think
tests.
in the end of May or towards mid of May, you'll have, no? UT will have
Yeah, mid of May at second week.
second week or mid of May. Okay. So, Afia, see, are you aware about the whole syllabus and everything about class 12, or you just know about the first chapter only?
Where as in like I know the things about these chapters.
Okay, you know the thing. Okay, let me just brief you. So, see, since this is our first class and this is just a very small class that we have, it's just an interactive class. Okay, so I'll just tell you what all chapters are important and in what chapters we'll also be paying attention on, and you also have to give a lot of time. So this will just give us an introduction in that manner, and if time permits, then I'll start with the class, first chapter. Okay.
Sure, man.
All right. See, like your class 11, since you have class 11, then your marks are also fine in class 11. So you are already aware that two books are there and how things have to be studied. So see, as I was saying, basics of class 11 will be still carried in your class 12 also. That I'll take through that test. That will help me and you also analyze how much you already remember from class 12. Part 1 book is all about your electromagnetism. I hope the screen is sharing with you, Afia.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, great. See, your electromagnetism, like in class 11, you had mechanical properties of fluids divided into two groups. One was hydrostatics, one was hydrodynamics, right? So here also electromagnetism is divided into electrostatics and electrodynamics. Now, whenever you have the term statics means something which is at rest. Now, what is that something here? Electro. Electro means electric charges. This is not just talking about electrons. This is not from the term electrons. Electro means electric charges. Statics means something which is at rest. So, electrostatics, we talk about the charges which are at rest. Means if this Q charge is present, this is not moving. But still, are there any properties around the charges? Can it exert force? Will there be any electric field around it? All these things, if the charge is present at a particular point, we study in electrostatics. So here we won't talk about the movement of the charges. We won't check whether the charges are moving, are they accelerating, or we won't see whether the charge is covering a certain displacement, nothing. We'll just see the for us the charge is static and what all phenomena can occur. So you have two chapters. You're already aware about the first one, electric charges and field. So this is a very basic chapter and a very important chapter. Electric charges and then we have the chapter electric potential and capacity. Now, once the charges begin, the first thing that we have, what is there when you switch on the circuit? It's current, right? So you have the chapter current, electricity. As soon as the charges start moving, the first chapter that we encounter is current, electricity. Now, in class 11, you will see that in class 12, you will see that when the charges are moving, electricity is being produced. Electric field gives rise to magnetic field, and you will have the whole concept about magnetism. So magnetism unit is divided into two chapters. You have first chapter, that is chapter 4, is moving charges and magnetism. Second chapter is chapter 5, that is magnetism and matter, and it's a very theoretical chapter and very much similar to your first chapter. First chapter is done properly, your fifth chapter is already secured. Then you have chapters like EMI, you have alternating current. EMI means electromagnetic induction. This is alternating current. And then you have electromagnetic fields. So this is how your first book is made. Now, from this, electric charges and field, electric potential and capacitance, current, electricity, and this chapter 4. They are highly important. They'll make the whole backbone of your electromagnetism. Your first book is entirely based on the whole concept from electric charges to the concept of electromagnetism combined. So these are lengthy chapters. You should also give time to all these chapters while studying. We'll also go very slow with the at least first 4 chapters. How we will cover the syllabus then? See, in the month of June or August, you people have your vacation, right? I think it's June and August. That time we'll take dates.
July and August.
July and August. Okay, not from June. July and August. Okay.
Yeah.
So some schools have from the end of June to mid of August, and some have, I think, from July and August.
Yeah, it's based on the Eid actually. So
Okay,
when Eid will start then.
all right. So see, most probably then your September will be the reopening time for this.
Yeah, the September, 1st
First,
September something, then our school will start.
and then tests are also there, the half yearlies and all this stuff. Okay. So
Yeah,
see,
after some weeks they will start the test.
So see, the summer vacation is a time that we'll get plenty of us when your school syllabus will also be at a halt and we'll get a lot of time. So syllabus will be covered. Don't worry about the syllabus. Every year we do this. We take some extra classes in the summer vacations because summer vacations you people are available in the morning also. So depending upon your availability, we take the classes in the morning also. 2 hours classes, 1.5 hour classes, and then this is also covered. But these 4 chapters should not be done in hurry. These are very important. These chapters are very small. Then they won't take time. If we give much time to these 4 chapters, these small chapters won't take much time. Chapter 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 8th is completely a theoretical chapter. It hardly needs 2 classes are enough. 1 or 2 classes are sufficient because in this theoretical part is there which you remember. Similarly, chapter 5th. So this is how you should focus on your part 1 book. Then you have part 2 book. In part 2 book, 3 units are there. First unit has the chapter, first unit is optics, which has the chapter ray optics and wave optics. Then see, wave optics you have done in class 11. So it's an extension of your waves only. Waves in SHM, oscillations, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
optics.
Yes, so interference and all were there. So things are similar to your class 11th. It's just that some extra topics will be added, diffraction and all will be there. But it's not very lengthy, this wave optics part. Then you have the unit modern physics. Modern physics is the quantum physics portion. So this was there in your structure of atom of chemistry. So most of the things will be similar. When you will study, you will find it familiar with the class 11th portion of chemistry's second chapter. So it has 3 chapters: dual nature of matter and radiation. Dual nature means light has 2 natures. Some theories suggest that light has a particle nature. Some theories suggest that light has a wave nature. So both of these natures are accepted and they are studied in this chapter. So this also has a lot of theory part, how the photoelectric effect was discovered, and when the photoelectric effect is discovered, what all are the consequences, the different experiments, and numericals are also present. Einstein gave certain equations, De Broglie gave certain equations, those are present. So it's a combined chapter of theory and numerical, but theory part is more as compared to rest of the chapter. Then you have the chapter atoms and the chapter nuclear. So atoms and nuclei are very small. Now most of the portions have been deleted from your CBSE part at least. Are you planning to appear for any entrance, Afia?
No.
Okay. So you need to stick to the syllabus. That's it. Atoms and nuclei are enough for you. These are very short chapters. They'll also take very less class. They are very small now. And then you have the last unit, which is the electronics unit. In electronics unit, you just have a single chapter present, that is semiconductor. So semiconductor, see, Afia, if you have studied the chapter current electricity properly, current electricity's formula and the rest of the equations and most of the theoretical concepts are about conductors. So if you've studied that properly, understanding and applying the same thing on semiconductors is also fine. So if that chapter is done, the numerical part of semiconductors is also easy. You just have to focus on the theoretical part. So in the second book from modern physics, it's much of the theory part, lesser of the numericals. Whatever numericals are there, that we will see later. But from the second book, this ray optics is a very tedious process to complete. It's a very big chapter. It has a lot of concepts, and the problem with ray optics is that you will see the formula, and the formulas are very concise and they look very easy. But when you have the numericals, when you see the questions, the calculations based questions, the questions appear very tough because because of limited data, you have to apply the whole ray diagrams and points. So you had a chapter of ray optics in your class 10th also. So this is an extension of class 10th ray optics chapter in class 12. So whatever you've studied in class 10th will be applied. I think some terms you must be remembering by now also: convex lens, concave lens, mirrors, plane mirrors. Yeah. So
Yeah, I do.
from the second book, give a lot of time to this chapter, ray optics. It's a very, very lengthy chapter and questions are tricky from this. If anything has to be difficult from the second book, it will be ray optics. Numericals are there in waves also, but they are straightforward questions that have been coming in a similar pattern. Modern physics and electronics is theoretical with certain formula that you can focus on. So these are the chapters how you should focus in your class 12. And you should have your NCERT books with you, because here you have to practice all the back questions of NCERT, the in-text questions and the solved examples of NCERT. Those are your first thing that you have to do, because whether it's any exam, your board exam, any entrance exam, anything, they focus on NCERT. So your board exams will also be based on NCERT. Then make a separate register for the class notes. In the class notes, we'll cover everything. You'll have definition of each and every point. You will have the derivations, the calculation based questions, the theoretical based questions, questions from your previous years that have come in the recent papers. Everything we'll be discussing. Like when you entered the class, question was present on the screen. That was actually from your previous year board paper only. That came in 2021. So like this, everything will be done in the class notes itself. So class notes are very important. Maintain a separate register so that you can revise from it. And these notes will be made from different reference books, NCERT, and other things. Then see, after your class notes, once the class gets over, you will receive an assignment. So that homework is important. It will have the questions that are important and couldn't be completed in the class. So after every class, you will get a homework assignment. So you solve the homework, you take the picture, upload it as a PDF and share it on the site. You will get your, I don't know, not today, but earlier. Or have you been here at Learnivio before?
No, it's my first time.
It's your first time. So see, in Learnivio, every student gets their own ID. Every student will have their own ID. And you will get the assignments uploaded like today is the class, so maybe tonight or morning, by morning the assignments are uploaded. And then you can click on the assignment, you will get 1 or 2 questions will be there, depending upon what we have completed. Like if I have completed a small topic, not today, you will not get the assignment today because we haven't started with anything. But if we start with any topic, suppose we are completing Coulomb's law, and we have completed Coulomb's law, so let's say 2 to 3 questions are given as homework. We did a portion dipole moment. It's a small topic, so 1 or 2 questions. So depending upon the topic and whichever important questions have come and are necessary for you to practice at least one, those will be given in the form of assignment. And before the beginning of every class, that assignment question will be discussed first, and then we'll move to something else. Before proceeding with the topic, previous assignment will be completed. So these assignment questions are also important because they are not random questions or self-made questions. They are questions from proper reference books and from the questions that have come in the board exams earlier. So these things are enough for you to study because you will be having the weekly tests also. And tests are also made with good questions. The data is changed and good questions are taken in your tests. So these test questions will also be there, 25 marks test, maximum 30 marks test, but usually we have the 25 mark paper. So these many things are essential for you. This will cover everything that is required for your board exams. Everything will be covered here. But with this, if you want, if you have time, if you want to refer to something, you can refer to this. It's a good book, SL Aurora Class 12. This will have plenty of examples and all. But if you get time after these things, because these things will cover most of the questions. Questions are from this reference book also and other textbook also. And apart from this, if you want any soft copy of NCRT, the FL Aurora, or any book that you want, you can let us know. The operations team will provide you with a soft copy of it. At least this much can be done. Soft copies can be provided if you want any textbook or something. Okay.
Actually, ma'am, I have a guidebook, exam idea.
Yeah, exam idea is just a guide. It won't help with exam idea is good. See, exam ideas are always good, but see for class 12's board exam towards the end, then exam idea you should start preparing from the month of November because it will have the previous year's question. Questions from exam idea also, the important questions are involved here only. You will see the questions will match the previous year question. Exam idea is good. It's just that, see, the previous year part that is available in exam idea, you should start that from the month of November. Because I think by that time only you will be able to settle. Or you can do it in your summer vacations if you have time, whatever chapters have been completed. But
Yeah.
in this exam idea, you don't have the theoretical part in detail. Right?
Yeah, that's why I bought it, because theory is like almost done every time, but the questions are not there in the books. That's why I bought it.
Okay. Yeah, theoretical part you won't find in that book, but it's okay. I think, see, one thing I'll tell you, Afia, if you follow this and at least do it 3 times. See, when I say 3 times, it means one regularly with the class. If a small portion even is taught in the class, you should revise that before the next class. If you do that and then you're giving the assignments on time, you will see you will have plenty of questions with you. And one time means with the class you are studying, second time before your school exam, half yearly unit test or our weekly test, all the tests that we have, cumulative test means not only the school exams, Learnivio exams also, the tests that are conducted in the school, those also, that time you will study it for the second time, any chapter. And third time will be before your pre-boards. So minimum 3 times before your pre-boards if you're doing 3 to 4 times in 12th class, you should increase the number 3 to 4 times if you're doing. These will be sufficient for you. And then if you refer to the books like exam idea and all, it's a good book. You can refer. But for theoretical part, we'll do everything in the class. So I think you need not require any else book for the theoretical part because you have the question bank for the numerical, right?
Yes.
And see how we go about in the classes is that we'll do a small theoretical part first. And depending upon that theoretical part, whatever questions are possible and important to be done in the class, we'll do in the class itself. When I'll teach, that time you should just put your pen down and just listen properly, understand it. Depending on your speed only, I'll give you time to copy. You can let me know to scroll up the screen, to scroll down the screen. I'll give you sufficient time for that also. And if you have any doubts, so for doubts, you can interrupt in between also. You need not wait for me to complete the topic or anything. For doubts, you are free to ask. Chat box is open. If you are hesitant about a question, use the chat box, type in everything, get your doubts clarified. If you have doubts from the homework, these assignments, that will be discussed in the next class itself. Anything that you want to ask can be discussed in the live class also, as well as when you are studying at home, self-studying, you are practicing from any book and you're getting a doubt, you're not able to understand the solution, you're not able to get the solution. Just click the picture of it, write your name, and just mark the question and send it on WhatsApp to the Learnivio number. You must have received the meeting ID from the Learnivio's number of this main account. Yes,
Yeah.
share it there. We'll provide you with the solutions on the WhatsApp only. Means they'll forward it to me. I'll share the solution to them, and they'll provide you with the solution. So in between also, you can get your doubts clarified. Okay, Afia?
Okay.
Anything? Is there anything you want to ask me?
Um, Actually, this is my demo class, so that's why I was, kind of thinking.
Okay.
So,
Let me start a theoretical part. Okay. So I think that will give you a clarity, right?
yeah.
See, let me start with the first chapter only. So a small portion, let me do. See, this first chapter is about electric charges and fields. So I'm going with the very basic part because we are short of time today. So rest of the things you can study in the next class. This
Yes.
is all about the electrostatics. So don't write right now. Okay, I'll give you time to copy.
Okay.
Electrostatics means the study of charges at rest. Now, when we talk about the term study of charges at rest, rest means the charges are not moving, and we'll see all the properties related to it. Now, I have been using the term electric charge throughout. What is this electric charge? Like, you're starting with electrostatics, so you should have the complete idea about electric charge. So, intrinsic property of matter which gives rise to electric forces. Intrinsic means something which is inside. So, matter is present. The smallest unit of the matter that is making it up is the electric charge. So, this is basically a fundamental property of matter. And when we say intrinsic, it means something which is innate in nature. Means it cannot be expressed in the form of other things. Rest, it is present to express different phenomena. You have electric charge, which will give rise to electric forces. These forces will give rise to electric fields. Electric fields will give rise to potential. Potential will give rise to capacitance. Capacitance to energy. Energy, it will give rise to magnetism. And the whole phenomenon of electromagnetism. So it is started with what? It has been just started with a small charge Q. And this charge is giving rise to various things. So it is the intrinsic property of matter. And it's fundamental in nature. It's like the building block of your electromagnet. Now, one thing you must already be knowing, what's the SI unit of here?
Coulomb.
Coulomb. So SI unit is Coulomb. We represent it with the help of C. You must have seen questions if you've done or anywhere 5 Coulomb, 3 microcoulomb, 2 millicoulomb, like this, things are present. Do you know the CGS unit? Okay. Any idea?
Newton meter.
No,
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 I
no,
don't.
no. See, Newton is the SI unit of force. If you have force involved in a particular formula, charge has no formula of its own because it is a fundamental property. I'll tell you, CGS unit is stat coulomb. This is stat coulomb. Actually, the unit coulomb is only used most of the time. So that's why
Yeah,
it is
but
encountered less. Yeah. But still, we should have the knowledge of everything. So it is stat coulomb, or it is this you will find more electrostat unit. Electrostat unit. So it is written as ESU. If you find electrostat unit, it is called sometimes Franklin also. So stat coulomb or electrostatic unit, this much you remember. This is enough for remembering for your board exam, CGS unit. But just in case after if you see a question which has ESU, then what are you going to do? You cannot leave your answer in ESU. You need to convert it back to coulomb also to give the answer in SI form, right? So remember,
Yes.
1 coulomb is 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESU. Okay, this conversion from this SI to CGS, CGS to SI, you can always apply. And can you tell me what are scalars, what are vectors? Quantities, do you remember?
Yeah, scalar quantity have only magnitude and vector quantities have magnitude and direction.
Yeah, apart from the C, scalars can use normal mathematics algebra. But for vectors, we have specified laws, parallelogram law, triangle law, polygon law, and all. So
Yes.
electric charge comes under scalar. When we have scalar quantity, it means you can simply add, subtract the charge, that's it. No need to worry about its direction. Okay, Afia, what are the types of charges?
Positive and negative.
Positive and negative, right? When we are talking about the types of charges, they are of two types, positive and negative. But by looking at the term positive charges, negative charges, what comes to your mind? Do you think that this naming of positive and negative is done on a certain basis, or this is just named randomly? What do you think?
They are done on the basis of amount of electrons present in a matter or amount of protons present in the
Okay.
object.
See, this is what it comes when we hear the term. What are the types of charges, positive and negative? That's why I asked you this question. Actually, what happened long time back when Benjamin Franklin, you must have heard of the name of the scientist, Benjamin Franklin. So he was doing certain experiments using a glass rod and a silk cloth. And imagine that time, Afia, no electron was discovered. So the answer which you were giving that because of more amount of electrons and all, that is invalid because electrons and anything, they weren't discovered by that time. So in America, he was doing certain experiments and he could just sense that two groups are being created. He didn't know what were those charges, right? Because that by that time, none of the concepts of the charges came published. No concept about the electron, proton, everything, nothing. He was just doing experiments using, but he could observe, yeah, something is present. He knew about charges. Charges are there, but what are their types and all? He couldn't. But he could sense one thing. Why? If positive are present, what will happen?
Repel.
Repel. Similarly, negative will also repel. But if I have positive and negative, this will attract. So it means he was seeing a group getting repelled, a group getting attracted. So he could sense that yes, when two of them are getting in contact, they are getting repelled. But when something is getting in contact with this is getting attracted. So like this too, if you are doing this experiment, so what you will do, you will mark something as A, something as B, so that you figure out that yes, this was the A group which was exhibiting this behavior. If you are doing this experiment and you have to explain it to me and you don't know what are charges types, what you will tell me? You will tell me that yeah, one group is there, let's say A group, and one group is there B group. They are able to show this behavior. This is what you will tell, right?
Yeah.
So he, for that time, he just named randomly one group as positive, one group as negative. Arbitrarily, it was named. Okay, arbitrarily, this was just named randomly. But later on, it was discovered by J.J. Thomson and different scientists that we'll see in the chapter Atoms and Nuclei. And later on, electrons were discovered, and Rutherford model of experiment and nucleus and everything was later on discovered. So this actually is a just an interesting part for knowledge that this was just named random. So nobody is going to ask you any of these things in the exam from your examination perspective. You should know the SI unit, CGS unit, their conversion, and this part, repelling and attracting. This is used and applicable. Rest of the things is just because we are studying everything from the scratch. So you should be told about everything in detail. Okay,
Yeah.
that clear?
Yeah, it's clear, teacher.
Okay. Please write it. Okay, now you can write it. Okay, just let me know once done.
Okay. Ma'am, Q is the way we represent the electric charge, right?
Yes, Q is the way we represent electric charge and C is the representation of Coulomb. But for
And
electronic charge, we use E.
electronic charge.
That we'll do in the next class. This I'll tell you. Like, means specifically only if you are representing electrons, you can use the symbol E. That is valid. But usually for charges, we have Q.
And Q is converted to force and forces.
No, this I was just telling that, see, this is not converted. It's just that when charge is present, two charges come in contact. And even if they're not in contact, that will lead to Coulomb's law. Coulombic force will come. Then there is a formula F is equal to QE. That gives rise to electric field. Then there is a formula E is equal to V by R. That gives rise to potential. Then there's a formula C is equal to Q by V. That gives rise to capacitance like this. So you need not write. You will be studying everything in detail. It was just that I was telling you that this is so basic that big quantities are being present because of you. Got it?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And you told that I'm about to have the diagnostic test.
Yeah, once you're done, let me know. I'll start with that.
Okay. Done, ma'am.
Okay, Afia, let me show you that. So see, again, don't think that this is a test whose marks will be added or something. Okay, it's just that, see, I have not taught you before. So I just want to know how much you remember. That's it. This is not a test to give your scorecard or something. It's just that if needed, one or two classes we should have in the beginning only so that the rest of the year is secured. Because students face a lot of difficulty in the numericals later on in the middle of session. Like your topic, superposition principle of forces, your dot product in electric flux and magnetic flux, all these require your basics of class 12. Your
Yeah, to be honest, teacher, I didn't study wave optics, so that's why
No,
kind
no.
of.
See, wave optics part, whatever is required, that will be taught in waves chapter. That I'll do. The basics are not your wave optics. Basics part are there which can be used in every chapter. Wave optics will be used just in the wave chapters. That will be taught to you. Like your differentiation. If I give current is differentiation of charge with time. So that I'll teach you how to write the formula. But differentiation part should be known by you because it was there in 11th. But if see, I'll be discussing everything again. It's just that if anything is needed to be done in detail, like you need a proper separate class for that. That I just want to say. Everything I'll repeat in the class itself, whether it's your basics or not. Everything will be repeated because students can forget, it's normal. But if your basics are very weak and they cannot be done within the class itself, and one class is extra required, that's why we just have this. Then tailor-made a bridge course can be provided. Did you get this, Afia? Why are we having this test?
Yeah, I
Okay,
get it.
so start with it. I think you'll be able to do. How you can solve it? Solve it in your notebook. Whatever questions you're getting, you'll be able to do. Very easy, basic questions are there. Whatever is your answer, just keep on typing me in the chat column. I will write here. So this will act as your answer sheet. I'll then check this answer sheet. So I'll write your name.
One second, ma'am. I'll plug my laptop a bit.
Okay, okay. You can start then whenever you are settled.
Yeah, ma'am. I actually log into my account. The website was given by the WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
So should I do it there? Like I saw the sections of test and all, so I
No, no, no,
understood.
no. No, no, they are not uploaded there. That is for your weekly test. Okay, once you enroll, you get enrolled when you have the weekly test. That is for that time. You will get to know about that. We'll tell you everything. Right now you just tell this is just for a small analysis. That's why this is not your, that's what I was saying, this is not your proper test, just for a small analysis. You solve it, you have, I think 20 minutes are still there. Solve it and just keep on typing in the chat column simultaneously. So I can also write your answers here. Okay.
Okay.
After, if you are getting the answers, you can simultaneously type in the chat box, like write question 1 this answer, question 2 like this. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, do I just have to write the answer or the steps too?
No, no, just the final answer. That's it.
Okay.
After you're done the third one,
No, ma'am, I'm doing the fourth one. Third one, I'll do it later.
okay, okay. You have 12 minutes and one more thing. I hope you know 8 questions are there. So questions are here also. So if you want me to show this is differentiation and integration in graph. If you want to attempt any one of it before, then let me know that also.
I'll do the differentiation and integration one.
First, that you want to do? Should I scroll? Okay, I
No,
have
no.
screen. Okay, okay. Write it out.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay. Completed. You have 12 minutes. You can unmute an answer. I'll write it. I think you'll waste your time while writing all these. Just tell me the answer.
Okay, the second one is I plus 4j plus 2k cap.
Okay. Anything else?
And the third one of the fourth is the same answer as the first one.
Okay, this is the same here. Okay.
And
And
the fourth is 3i plus 2j plus 6k cap by 7.
but and this is the same as first one.
Yeah.
So I think you want to try with this, no?
Yeah, I'll
Whatever
move
you
on.
complete, at least do first, second part of this and do this. So this will give me an idea how much you remember.
Okay. The sixth first one answer is 3t square plus 2t
Hmm.
plus 0.
Okay. And second one,
9t square plus 4t plus 5.
okay. Do the integrations first. Then now.
And should I do the fifth one?
Fifth, yeah. Fifth also. Whichever you find convenient, you can do.
Okay.
Any answers, Afia?
Yeah, wait a minute. First integration one is
Mm-hmm.
8/3.
Okay.
And the second one, answer is 2.
Okay. Great. Fifth one, do you want to try?
As if there is time, I don't know that one actually.
Okay, I think you have forgotten a bit of parallelogram law. Rest of it is fine. Differentiation, integration is fine.